What's going on, you guys? It's your boy H-Town Zeke, man, aka Jeremy One Sosa, aka Sith Lord Zeke, man. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, man. Duel Links has kind of been a little bit on this slow mode, especially with with the boxes being late and stuff like that. But we have been getting a lot of events going on and stuff like that. Uh, but Konami has finally released our new mini box entitled. Let me see, what is this thing entitled? Rise of Atlantis. Basically we have the chronomaly monsters at hand here that they're about to release in a few days time. Um, but yeah, let's get into the cards. Let's see what it is that they do. What will it? How will it affect the meta? And let's talk about what decks will it possibly be played in. Okay, so off the bat here we have number 6, Chronometer Atlantis here. This card is Machine Exceeds Effect Monster. It takes 2 level 6, so automatically, yeah, you guys guessed it, could possibly be played in Onomats. Onomats can easily summon this card. So basically, the card is a 2600 attack. Defense is 3000, and it says when this card is exceed summon, you can target one number monster in your graveyard. So you got to keep in mind that it's not exceeds monster, it's a number monster. So it has to be an exceeds number monster that it has to target. When this card is exceed summon, you can target one number monster in your graveyard, equip that target to this card. This card gains attack equal to half the attack of the equipped monster. See, once per turn, you can attach one material from this card, then send the monster equipped by this effect to the graveyard. Half your opponent's life points. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. So, off the bat, I don't see this card being played turn 1 because, first of all, like I said, you have to have a number exceeds in the graveyard. Yeah, you have to have a number exceeds in the graveyard in order to even equip, and the effect to unequip the card, to detach the unequip the card to have your opponent's life points, which it won't be half. It'll probably be like 1/3 or something like that, which is still good. You can use it late game to burn your opponent. That effect is slow. I don't see this being played turn 1. And then you can only use the effect one time because you can only equip one number monster via its effect on special summon when it's summoned to the field. So yeah, its effect to burn is a one-time deal, but it does have a nice attack stat line, and it definitely has a good booty on it. You know what I'm saying? So this card is a 3000 defense monster. You can pretty much, if you can somehow summon a number monster turn 1 and somehow get it in the graveyard, and then summon this guy out to equip, and then detach and have your opponent's or 1/3 your opponent's life points, and then just keep him in defense, and with some set back row, which I don't know how you do that. Yeah, it'll be an okay play, but other than that, I feel like it's slow. Probably not all that good. Okay, so here we have on to the next card. We have Anomaly Crystal Skull, and this card is a rock effect monster. Its attack stat is 900, and its defense is 600, and it's a level 3. So the card reads: if you control a face-up Chronometer monster, you can discard this card to the graveyard, add one Chronometer monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand except Chronometer Crystal Skull. The effect of Chronometer Crystal Skull can only be used once per turn. So this card is a very good card for this archetype because it not only searches, but it recurs cards from the graveyard. So you basically have options with this card, or you can use it to exceed summon if you have another level 3 and you decide to just use it from the hand to normal summon and exceed. But most likely you won't be doing that. You'll just be searching with this card. This is a very good card. So yeah, you definitely run this card at 3. All right, so on to Junk Puppet. All right, Junk Puppet says target one gimmick puppet monster in your graveyard, special summon it you can only activate one junk puppet per turn. Now I don't know much about the puppets. I'm just now starting to build my deck for the puppet archetype. Um, so, but I'm pretty sure that this is a very, very good card. Um, yeah, so I guess you would probably play this at two, or one or two, or maybe even three. Target one given puppet monster in your graveyard. Yeah, no, you'll probably play this at one because it's a recurring type of card. So, uh, turn one, this is kind of a brick in a sense. You could, well, it's not that bad because you can exceed summon. And if you have to use an effect turn one, you could actually use Junk Puppet to get the monster back um, that you actually discarded to the graveyard. But I don't see why you would do that with gimmicks because a lot of the times they have a lot of graveyard effects to special summon back from the graveyard. So this card, honestly, my personal opinion, I can see this card being ran at one. All right, so on to the next card. We have number 36, Chronometer Chat 2 Hayuk. Um, so this is a rank 4, a machine exceeds effect monster, and it takes 2 level 4 Anomaly monsters. So it's very specific in how you have to summon it. It takes 2 Anomaly monsters. They have to be level 4, and the card reads once per turn during either player's turn, which is a good thing, a quickie. You can detach one material from this card and then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Change its attack to 0 until the end of this turn. You can tribute one Chronometer monster, then target one monster your opponent controls whose current attack is different from its original attack. Destroy the card. Alright, so this card is really, really good. Well, I ain't gonna say it's like really, really good, but it's pretty good. So basically, you could, yeah, I mean, you could just destroy Gaia with this card. Yeah, you could, if you could like lance Gaia before he could use his effect, and then you summon this monster out and use its effect to reduce Gaia. Well, really, you don't even have to lance. This card is a quick effect, so as soon as they activate their effect, you can chain your effect to reduce their attack to 0, and then they don't get their effect off, and then you can just pop that monster and get it off the field. So this is a perfect counter for that card, actually. And it has a nice attack stat, which is 2,000 attack, and defense is 2,500. So Gaia would basically be able to get around it if you don't change their attack stat. So which they probably won't, because this card attack stat is kind of low. I think their monsters sit at 2,600 or 2,500, somewhere around there, as far as their attack stat. And so they can get around this card either way. So they probably won't attack, but I would say during the battle phase you can switch their attack. But you got to keep in mind that Gaia actually runs a field spell, and it says specifically that if you attack with if they attack with a Gaia monster while that field spell is on the field, no card effects can be activated, I believe. Or is it no monster effects can be activated? I believe it's no card effects can be activated to the end of the battle phase or to the end of the damage step, something like that. But the field spell is like, it's kind of crazy. So you would have to catch them in the main phase in order to really do some damage to them. So yeah, other than that, this is a very good card. So this card basically reminds me of Luna Lights in a sense, Luna Light Fox, where she reduces your attack to 0, and then boom, you can go. Your opponent can go in for game. So if you can somehow concentrate and current this card, and you can get the attack through, then yeah, you can really do some big damage with this card. All right, so we have here number 52, Diamond Crab King. This card is a rock exceeds effect. I remember in the TCG that this card was really, really talked about. It was hyped up a lot, and then after a while they just kind of died down from it. But I think here in Duel Links it'll probably do pretty good. Only thing with this card is that it's kind of like a card carry, where if your opponent attack it, it switches battle position. So yeah, basically this card is a number 52 Diamond King Crab. It's Earth exceed rank 4, so it's easier to get out on the field. I can see Unamatched probably playing this. So it takes 2 level 4 monsters. It's not specific. It's a very generic card. Once per turn, you can attach 1 exceeds material from this card. Change this card's defense to 0, and if you do, change its attack to 3,000. So basically, it swaps the 3,000 between the attack and defense. These changes last until the end of this turn. If this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase. If this card is attack, change it to attack position at the end of the damage step. If it has no exceeds material, you can only control number 52 Diamond King Crown. Hold on. It says wait. It is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase. If this card is attacked, change it to attack position at the end of the damage step. If it has no exceeds materials, you can only control. Wait, the way they worded it is kind of funny. If this card is attacked, change it to attack position at the end of the damage step. If it has no exceed. Oh, okay. So it only changes to attack position if it has no exceeds material on this card. So, yeah, it's not bad then. So it's kind of like a Dante in a sense. I believe that Dante kind of does the same thing. If I'm not sure. Hold on, let me see. Dante. Once per turn, you can attach one material from this card and choose a number from 1 to 3. Then send the top card of your deck to the graveyard until the end of this turn. This card gains 500 attack for each card sent to the graveyard. If this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one burn. Okay. So yeah, basically it's basically like a Dante. So here we have basically Konami just experimenting with this card and to see how well it does. But this has nothing to do with Burning Abyss. It's just one ability that deck can do. That deck is crazy. But yeah, so here we have our mini Dante in the game already. There you are, Duel Links players. You have Dante in the game. All right, so on to the next card. We have Garganic Guardian. All right, so this card is a dark rank 3, and it takes two level 3 rock type monsters. The card reads basically once per turn during either player's turn, you can attach one material from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes 0, and if it does, its effects are negated. These effects last until the end of this turn. Once per turn, you can target one monster on the field. Its attack with 0 attack, destroy. Okay, so this card is basically a mini version of number 36. So they both do the same thing, but this one is just like if you have Crystal Skull and then you need to summon it with another level 3, then hey, there you are. You have a mini version of the card that you're actually trying to get out. Yeah, so I mean, you have basically 2 ways to kind of counter Gaia with this, man. I mean, you have this card and then you have this card. So let me see, what is he? A rock type? Yep. 2 level 3 rock type. There you go. But you have to find another rock type monster that can actually go with this. All right, so on to the next one. We have number 30, Acid Golem of Destruction. All right, so this card is a rank 3 rock exceeds effect. It takes 2 level 3 monsters. During your standby phase, attach one material from this card or take 1,000 damage. You cannot special summon any monster while this card has no exceeds material. It cannot attack. Okay, so I can see give and take being used with this card after it's been used for whatever case. I mean, this is well, give and take is limited. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Give and take is limited, so I'm not sure that you would play that with just to play this card, but somebody will find a way. Somebody will find a way to get this burn damage on the field. In a sense, this is really better than summoning. This is better than well, I want to say it's better than the what's the name of the card? The card that they was using originally with give and take, the uh, the ones that you use for the Egyptian god. You guys know what I'm talking about. Somebody comment down below what monster I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean this kind of better. I mean you get to burn your opponent at least each turn. So yeah, you give and take. Give them this monster, and they can't attack, and they take burn damage because they don't have any materials. So yeah, you know, here we are, Acid Golem. I remember seeing this card. Kite played this card the first time, and I thought it was monstrous in the anime. Uh, well, the move that he did against Shark was like crazy. But on to the next card. All right, so we have Chronometer Deborah Disc. This card is a light level 4 machine effect, and it reads: when this card is normal summoned, you can add one Chronometer card from your deck to your hand, except Chronometer Nebra Disc. I said Nebra, I said Deborah. Nebra Disc. If this card is in the graveyard and all monsters you control are Chronometer monsters -1, you can special summon this card in defense position. You cannot activate cards or effects during the turn you activate this effect, except Chronometer cards and effects. You can only use one Chronometer Nebra Disc per turn, and only once that turn. So his attack it has a really good attack stat. It's a 1800 attack, defense is 1500. So yeah, man, Chronometers are looking promising. In my opinion, because they have the ability to search, and then they have the ability to special summon from the deck. The only thing that I would say is that the search is a level 3, and the special summon from the graveyard, this monster Chronometer Nebra Disc, is a level 4. So you already have. I was hoping that this monster would have like a way to change its level, but it doesn't. So I mean, there's that conflict there. But yeah, most likely you'll just discard the Crystal Skull to search this monster. So this card will be used to Chronometer Skull will be used to just search a missing pieces. All right, so on to the next card. We have Zexa Weapon, Azure Strike. You guys be on the lookout for my Zexa Weapon deck list or duels when I get ready to bring them out. I know I've kind of been slow on uploading duels and stuff like that, but man, I've been having so much going on. But I haven't forgot about you guys. We'll definitely get to it. But this card is a fairy effect, Azure Strike. It's a level 4 fire type of monster. You can target one Utopia monster you control. Equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target. It gains 1000 attack. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster can attack all monsters your opponent control once each. You can only control one Zexa Weapon, Azure Strike. This card is not really all that good. I mean, it's okay, you know. It's a battle phase card. So we know that. Well, if you didn't know, battle phase effects are always like the slowest in the game. So I'd rather Zexa Weapon. Which one is it? ZW, the dragon, the red dragon one, the one that keeps him from being targeted. So your opponent would actually have to destroy the card that it's equipped to in order to destroy your Utopia monster. But on to the next one. We have Kage Muche Knight. Okay, so this monster is a warrior effect, dark, level 3. When you normal summon a level 3 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Cannot be used as synchro material. Okay, this card is a very good card. I'm not sure what it could be used in right now, but I'm pretty sure that, well, it could be used in maybe there's an archetype that uses this card, and I don't think it's Burning Abyss. It's a level 3, but I don't think it's Burning Abyss. There's another archetype that uses this card. Oh, you know what? The archetype is golly, what's the name of that archetype? Is it Raid Raptors? Not Raid Raptors. Uh, Silent Boots. I forgot the name of that archetype, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Silent Boots. This card is used in that archetype. So this is basically like a we already have a card for like the Silent Boot monsters or whatever they're called. So yeah, I mean this is just a great card to use for to extend on the field when you need to get an extra monster. All right, so on to the next card, we have Brain Control. Pay 800 life points, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls that can be normal summon / set. Take control of that target until the end phase. Okay, so Brain Control, I'm surprised that we actually got it. It's not, it's a crazy card. It's basically enemy controller, but it's a free enemy controller, you know. But you have to control that cannot be normal summon. Normal summon set. So you have to take special summon monsters basically with this card. So you can't take any kind of monster. You have to make sure that it's a monster that can be, you know, special summon or something like that. But yeah, I mean this is basically a better enemy controller. Well, no, I wouldn't say it's a better enemy controller because you have to pay 800 life points. I honestly think enemy controller is just better in different instances. Like this card is just in case you don't want to tribute your monster, you can just take your opponent monster. But yeah, this card is definitely one of the OG cards at the beginning of the game or at the beginning of the show of Yu-Gi-Oh when they first introduced when they first started introducing us to Duelist Kingdom. This card was used in that era. So yeah, I mean it's good to see that the card is in the game. There's a lot of nostalgia from seeing this card. But I guess we so sold on enemy controller that this card it's gonna be good, but it's gonna be used. Most definitely, it's gonna be used. But yeah, you know, so you guys be on the lookout for brain control. You know. All right, on to the next card, condolence puppet. Okay, so this is, I mean, we got more support for puppets. I mean, you know, this card could be crazy. So let's read it. Let's see. All right, so this is a normal spell card. And it reads, send gimmick puppet monsters with different names from your deck to the graveyard up to the number of monsters your opponent controls that were special summoned from the extra deck +1. Okay, so if your opponent controls 2, you send 3. You know, if you controls 1, you send 2. I mean, either way you go, you win. Because you know you just send the monsters that you need from, bro. Gimmick puppets, I think gimmick puppets gonna be top tier, bro. Like I think they're gonna be like tier 2 maybe. I don't know with this card. Let's see. So let's read the rest of it. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one machine exceeds monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects while face up on the field. You can only use the effect of condolence puppet once per turn. Wow, that's nuts. Okay, so you summon gimmick puppet Leo, which we will be getting him soon. And then you use this card. You can karma cut your opponent, send this card to the graveyard, and then use this card on Leo. And while Leo is in defense, I think it has a 3,000 booty. If your opponent cannot get rid of that card by the third turn, I believe, after you use its effect, I believe you automatically win a game or something like that. Like something crazy. This card, bro, be on the lookout for this, man. Like that's crazy, actually. So people are gonna start adjusting their deck towards cards like this or whatever like that. All right, so and for the last super rare card we have Exceed's Gift. If you control 2 or more face-up Exceeds monsters, detach 2 materials from a monster you control. Draw 2 cards. This card is slow. I mean, there's no other way to put it. You know, if you control 2 or more face-up Exceeds monsters, detach 2 materials. 2 Exceeds. Who's gonna detach 2 of their materials to draw 2 cards? I mean, come on now. Let's make it make sense. In a TCG, that might have been good. Okay, so here we move on to the rare cards. We have Dig Vorshak, King of Heavy Industry. Okay, so this monster is a rank 5 Machine exceeds effect. 3 level 5 monsters. Ugh, it's already just crazy. 3 level 5. Once per turn, you can attach one material from this card. Send the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Then, if any monsters were sent to the graveyard by this effect, destroy cards your opponent control up to the number of monsters. Okay, so the effect on this is crazy. Okay, so you send monsters to the graveyard, and depending on the number of monsters, you just pop cards on your opponent's side of the field. And does it target? It does not target. That is crazy. Once per turn, you can attach one material from this card to the graveyard. Then, if any monster sent to the graveyard by this effect, destroy cards your opponent. That is crazy. This card does not target, and it's a 3200 attack. Defense is 2000. So if you do decide to go 3 level 5s into this monster, I guess you could say it was well worth it, because now you have a big body on field that can that can mill your opponent's deck and pop cards on his side of the field. Untargetable, that's crazy. But I don't know how you would get this monster on the field. 3 level 5s. I'm pretty sure there's a way, but you would have to turn to this or something like that and hope that it doesn't get destroyed. It's kind of slow, which is why it's a rare. It's not kind of slow, it's very slow, which is why it's a rare. You would have to turn to, and then your opponent would have to not have a response, or you would have to have, man, I mean, it just warrants so many that you have to use so many cards, so much of your resources just to get this monster on the field, and it's not worth it. Just not worth it. It's a good card, but it's just not worth it for Duel Links. 3 level 4 monsters. So just off the bat, when you see 3 level 4 monsters, if your deck doesn't have the ability to summon one monster and then summon another monster from the graveyard, and then that monster summons a monster from the deck or something like that, then it's just not worth it. Okay, so one-eyed skill gainer. All right, so I believe we saw Yuma use this card in the anime. So it's a light level rank 4. You can attach 1 exceeds material from this card to target 1 face-up exceeds monster your opponent controls. This card name and original effect becomes the same as that monster. This effect can only be used once while this card is face-up on the field. Just slow, man. Just slow all around. Because first of all, you have to summon 3 level 4s, and then on top of that, your opponent has to have a condition. So, I mean, it's just too slow, bro. All right, on to next. We have Chronometer Soul Monolith. This card is a rock effect, Earth, level 6. Once per turn, you can attach you can target 1 Chronometer monster you control. Its level becomes 6. You cannot special summon any monster during the turn you activate this effect except Anomaly monsters. Okay, so it's restrictive, but it's cool. It's good. Target 1 Anomaly monster you control. Its level becomes 6. You cannot special summon any monsters during the turn you activate this effect. Okay, so my thing is, how would you get this on the field? I feel like there's a way to get it on the field. What does this do? This card is you can add 1 Chronometer card from your deck to your hand. When this card is normal, you can add 1 Chronometer. And except Chronometer never disc. If this card is in the graveyard, that's why you can special summon this card in defense position. You cannot activate cards or effects during the turn you activate this effect except Chronometer cards. Yeah, okay. So there's no synergy here. I mean, you can search it with this guy. But yeah, until we come across a card that could actually summon him onto the field, then he will be good, but I'm just not seeing it right now. Okay, so on to the next card. We have Chronometer Winged Spinks. Okay, so this is a rock, level 5 Earth. I'm looking for a monster that can level do itself. When this card is normal summon, you can target 1 level 5 Chronometer monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect except Chronometer monsters. Okay. Alright, so that's recursion effect. And here we have Different Dimension Dragon. This card cannot be destroyed by trap effects that do not target it. This card cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has 1900 or less attack. So this monster is basically like the opposite version of Sonic Chick. So Sonic Chick can be destroyed by a monster with 1900 or more. This card can be destroyed by card effects. Not be destroyed by battle with a monster that has 1900 or less attack. Okay, so it's kind of safe if you want to stall with this card, but it's bad because it's a level 5. So if it was a level 4, then it'll be okay. But Sonic Chick basically does this. I mean, 1900 or more, and you can't destroy her with card effects, or she can't be destroyed by battle, I believe. All right, so we have Zexal Weapon Eagle Claw. If your opponent's life points are at least 2,000 higher than yours, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target one Utopia monster you control. Equip this monster on the field to that target. It gains 2,000 attack. Once per turn while this card is equipped to that monster, when a trap card or effect that was activated on your opponent's side of the field resolves and negate the effect of that card, you can only control one Zexal Weapon Eagle Claw. Okay, so this is a pretty good card. I like this. It's a free summon onto the field, and then you can equip it to your Utopia. And I'm pretty sure we have a skill that can reduce Yuma's life points down to 2,000, so that you can special summon. Your life points are at least 2,000 higher than your. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you can basically Cosmic Cyclone and get your life points down 2,000 lower than your opponent, and then but that's a lot, to actually get this monster on the field. But it's doable because a lot of people do it to actually use Yuma's skill. So yeah, it's doable. I can see this card being played sometimes. I'm not gonna say it'll be played like in the main deck or anything for like play around builds or whatever like that for anybody that's trying to be competitive with the Zexal Weapon monsters. But yeah, I can probably see this being played sometimes. All right, then we have Giga Stone Omega. This is a rock effect. We've been having this card. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only be special summoned by removing from play 2 Earth monsters from the graveyard. When this face-up card you control is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, destroy spell and trap cards your opponent control. Alright, so it's pretty understandable. Alright, so we have Stone Statue of the Aztec. Okay, so this card is a rock earth level 4. Double any battle damage your opponent takes when they attack this monster. Okay, so it's pretty simple. And then we have Revival Golem. We have Revival Golem in the game. And then we have Garganic Gargoyle. And yeah, pretty much most of these are cards that we, except for these guys. Alright, so Chronometer City Babylon. Alright, this is the field spell. Okay, once per turn, you can banish one Chronometer monster from your graveyard, then target one Chronometer monster in your graveyard with the same level as the banished monster, special summon it. Oh, okay, so this is how you would basically special summon your. This is basically the soul charge of the deck. Instead of paying life points, you would actually banish your monsters, which is not hard. You will basically banish your Crystal Skulls. So Crystal Skulls basically do. Man, Crystal Skull is basically good with this card because it searches your card, then it puts itself in the graveyard, and then it basically sets this card up. Crystal Skull sets this card up. I don't know if people will play this card, but it seems like a pretty good card to play. You get to special summon cards from the graveyard by banishing cards. You can banish your Crystal Skulls and summon back your Chronometer Never Disc, and then you can go into your rank 4 play. So I see the synergy here with this, and this to special summon out your level 4s. So yeah, you would definitely run this at 3, run this at 3, maybe run this at 1 or something like that. Maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, I can kind of see that. I can see the synergy there. But I'm not sure how viable it would be, in a competitive scene. All right, so Dark World Shackles. The equipped monster cannot attack. Also, its attack and defense become 100 during each of your standby phases, inflicts 250 damage to the controller of the equipped monster. Okay, so you will basically equip this onto your opponent's monster. Boom. All right, on to the next. Purge Ray. Tribute 1 exceeds monster. During the end phase, special summon from your extra deck one number monster with the same type but one rank lower as the tributed monster had when it was on the field. Okay. Yeah, that's slow. I was hoping that it had some kind of. Let me see. Alright, so tribute 1 exceeds monster during the end phase. Special summon. Is this a number? Number 30. Okay, this is number 36, and this is number 6. Oh, wait. Tribute 1 exceeds monster during the end phase. Special summon from your extra deck one number monster with the same type but one rank lower as the tributed monster. Okay, no, it doesn't have any synergy with this because this is a rank 4 and this is a rank 6. So yeah, no, that would have been nice though, I guess. But it's very situational. So that's the problem with that card. This could be easily like a Book of Moon or something like that. Okay, so on to the next. Release Reverse Burst. Tribute 1 Utopia monster. Destroy all set spell and trap cards your opponent controls. That is crazy. Tribute 1 Utopia monster. Destroy all set spell and trap cards your opponent control. Destroy all set spell and trap. Okay, so it says Utopia monster. Oh no, Onomatopoeia doesn't work. Because he's not a Utopia monster, he's a utopic that counts as a go gaga. So I was thinking that you could actually use this card with Onomatopoeia. But yeah, no. So I mean, I guess with this card you could summon Utopia. And then you could you have to go turn 1 with this. This is slow, you know. So I can see if this is like a speed spell 2 or something with as a quick play as a spell, and then you could do that. That would be busted actually, because then you could just Gaga sister into Chronometer, number 6 Chronometer Atlantis, and then. So the way I'm thinking is that, you know, try to figure out a way to use this effect, you know. That's how I'm looking at it. Okay, so excuse me, guys. All right, so on to the next thing. Unbreakable Spirit. If you control only one face-up monster, target that monster until the end of this turn. It gains attack equal to the attack of the monster your opponent currently controls with the lowest attack. Your choice, if tied. Okay. And then on to the next. We have Exceeds Extreme. And then this card is when an Exceeds monster you control is destroyed by battle, pay 1,000 life points. You reveal one Exceeds monster from your extra deck with a rank less than or equal to the destroyed monsters, and let me see. And so can your opponent simultaneously. Okay, so your opponent reveals as well. The player who revealed the monster with lowest attack takes damage equal to the half difference between the revealed monster's attack. If the opponent doesn't reveal a monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack of your revealed monster. Alright, so this card is a very confusing card. So basically, if I reveal a monster that has 1,000 attack, and then you reveal a monster that has 2,000 attack, you would take half of the difference between those two monsters' attack, and then so basically you would take 500, but in Duel Links you would take half of 500, so you would take 250. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. So yeah, this card is pretty much trash. I mean, and then we have cards in the game that are already in the game, I believe. Let's see some of these. Yeah, so Blazing Rose, yeah, just a lot of normal monsters or whatever. So yeah, you guys, this is pretty much the my box review on Rise of Atlantis, you guys. Like I said, be on the lookout for the Zexa weapon build that I'm about to Should be dropping it today. Finna actually get to working on it as soon as I finish this. But yeah, you guys, it's your boy Sith Lord Zeke, man. This is Rise of Atlantis. Are you guys excited for this box, man? Comment down below, man. What you think? Do you think that the cards will be viable? I mean, as far as like the current meta, number 6 Chronometer Atlantis, is he really worth it? He's, to me, you have to. He's like a late game card. You know what I'm saying? But the monster that I see that's very important is Anomaly Chat Hayuk, number 36. So this card is a very good card, along with number 52 Diamond King, Diamond Crab King. I can definitely see this card being played in this deck as well. So this is basically the Dante of the deck. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can basically Diamond Crab King, and then if you have a way to get number 6 Chronometer Atlantis on the field, you can equip your Diamond Crab King onto him, and late game burn your opponent for half, and then go in for an attack. Or just if you want to sit, you can sit on 3,000 booty. So yeah, but I can definitely see these 3 cards being played in this deck. I don't know about this card right here. This card is like a mini version of this card, but you don't have a way to actually get 2 level 3s on the field for Crystal Skull unless there's another rock type monster, which is the very specific thing about this. You know, it has to be a rock type monster. I was hoping that Kage was a rock, but it's a warrior. So, but yeah, you guys, this is my review on the box. Or is any of this like meta changing? Of course, these are very good cards. You know what I'm saying? Diamond Crab King is a very good card. Like I said, it has like a Dante effect, and it's a big 3,000, and it can protect you. You know, and then this right here is has the ability to kind of counter Gaia. So yeah, and Crystal Skull is a card that can search. Yeah, I definitely think that these cards could really help. You know, Crystal Skull can search. This card can special summon itself back, and the actual field spell actually special summons cards back from the graveyard. You banish your Crystal Skulls, and you can special summon your Deborah disc from the graveyard. So yeah, man, I mean, I definitely can see you being able to constantly special summon level 4 monsters. The only problem with this deck that I would say is they would probably have to watch out for Evil Eye. Yeah, they would definitely have to watch out for Evil Eye. Evil Eye is definitely a factor. So with the rise of this deck, don't be surprised if you see a rise in Evil Eye. But and also another archetype that you have to watch out for is puppets, because I believe puppets are really gonna go up. This deck, the Chronometer deck, will be like Gaia. It'll probably like take the place of Gaia, or like compete with Gaia, and then Gimmick Puppet will probably be like higher top tier, like tier 2, tier 1, or something like that. Definitely can see it, bro. Especially with this card right here, Condolence Puppet, man. This card in Karma Cut. And if you have a way to send this card to the graveyard, you can protect your Leo and your giant grinders, or you can protect your Gimmick Puppet of Strings with this card. Strings is just very easy, bro. Gimmicks, bro. I think, man, Gimmick's gonna be top tier, bro, because they have a Snatch Steal. They can special summon from the graveyard, and man, they can play books. You know, I mean, they're pretty, man. That deck is pretty good, bro. I mean, it's very consistent. You know, every time that I play the deck, it's very consistent. You know, so yeah, definitely be on the lookout for this deck, man. This deck is very powerful, and be on the lookout for Chronometer, bro. Chronometer is on its way, and there's no telling what type of skills we'll get with Trey. You know, Trey will probably give us some very, very good skills. You know, Quattro has very good skills as well. So yeah, you know. All right, man. This is you guys, H-Town Zeke, man. Sith Lord Zeke, man. I've been talking for long enough. Yeah, man. You guys be on the lookout. I'll see y'all. Peace.